I'm Cornelia. I joined the Data Science Bootcamp last year between May and July. Before that, I was a master's student. I studied biomedical engineering and did a master's in neurotechnology. And then I was looking for a job, but then Corona happened and some other stuff. So I decided to join the bootcamp to level up my skills a bit, to get better chances at finding a job. So I was trying to find a job in Switzerland. So I thought the best option would be to join a bootcamp which is also based in Switzerland, because then they can sort of target both what they teach and also any advice they provide related to job search, that it could be targeted to the Swiss job market. And after some Google searching, Propulsion was pretty much the only thing that I found which suited my interests and matched what I was looking for. And as a funny side story, before I joined Propulsion, I interviewed for an internship. And during the interview, I actually spoke to someone who I found out later also did the Data Science Bootcamp at Propulsion. So that was kind of a positive sign that Propulsion is worth joining. I think my favorite part about the bootcamp were the data challenges that we did at the end of each topic. Mainly because I felt that they were a really good opportunity to practice all the skills that we had learned during a topic. And it was also a fun way to gain more practical experience and to work on actual projects rather than just exercises. And my favorite topic was Data Science Toolkit, mainly because I think the skills that we learned in that module are sort of the foundation for everything afterwards. So the skills are really important, and they're also really useful even if you don't end up in like a pure data science role like I am in now. I was working together with a physician who is doing research on MRI images, and the goal was to train a model which could classify different types of MRI images. And so that was really interesting for me because it was related to what I had studied at university. And more generally, I think what's special about doing the capstone project is that you can work on a real-life project, and that most of the projects are actually in collaboration with a company, or in my case it was one person, but so you're not just doing an exercise for fun, but it's actually a project and that is being used, and the work that you're doing is also actually valuable to the people that you're collaborating with. Yeah, for sure. So actually, I received a job offer on the very last day of the bootcamp, so that worked out really well for me. I started an internship at a deep tech startup called Eyewear about a month after I finished the bootcamp, and I've been working there since then. And I mean, my role is as a data engineer. So it's not quite data science, and actually my work has been really more engineering focused. I've been collecting a new data set for Eyewear, and I don't really do a lot of data analysis at this moment. But even so, all the Python skills that we learned during the bootcamp are really useful. I mean, I use Python almost every day. And I'm actually starting a data scientist role after this internship ends, so I'll be able to use the skills there. So my advice would be to think about what kind of roles you might be interested in doing after the bootcamp. So having maybe some idea of the type of field that you're interested in, because data science can be applied in many different ways, and depending on where you actually work, what you do on a daily basis might be quite different. So I think it helps if you have an idea of where you would like to end up, because then you can also ask the instructors more specific questions, maybe to the field that you're interested in. But having said that, I think it's also good to be open-minded, because you might discover something new during the bootcamp that you find really interesting and that you didn't think about before. And yeah, I guess as a final note, be prepared to spend a lot of time and effort during the period of the bootcamp, because it is very intensive, but it's also very much worth it.